Welcome to an encore presentation of the Fish and Corn Show. It is Masters Week. We are in Augusta, Georgia, renting out a shack in tournament area. And we just got back from Waffle House.
Encore presentation, I like that.
Yep, Waffle House. Give a thumbs up for Waffle House. Like to thank our sponsors, Titleist and the Pro V1 golf ball. Mizuno irons. You know, thumbs up to you guys. It's what the fish uses.
Fancy.
No, not fancy. Not fancy, just traditional.
Just traditional.
And I like I guess it would be considered one of the fancier brands. It's a name brand. It's not as popular as TaylorMade.
Well, it ain't the bottom of the rack, the McGregor's at your Big Five Sporting Goods. I'll tell you that much.
McGregor does have a high line though.
Really?
But it's not as. I mean, of course they make a pro line, and they're gonna have their fucking scientist types, you know, tweaking them for their pro players.
Yeah.
But
you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's more the that set of people.
But it is Masters Week, and in lieu of that, the Fish is doing a Monica Lewinsky special Christoph Maduro again.
Is that the real Monica Lewinsky one, or are we just making that shit up?
Making that up.
I have no idea which cigar he actually used.
Wait, I wish you could look that up, Corin.
Yeah.
What kind of cigar was using Monica Lewinsky?
Let's look that up. That's kind of an interesting question. Monica, how would we look that up? The Monica Lewinsky cigar?
Yes.
Let's see. Monica Lewinsky cigar.
Oh.
Let's see. Well, here's the problem: is my Wi-Fi is not so good in here.
Okay, well, we'll get back to you on that one. But then, you know, hypothetically, I mean, the Fish smoke cigars here. Knowing Clinton,
would you use a cigar as part of your foreplay with a woman?
As a cigar
it seems a little creepy, to
aficionado,
be perfectly honest. I mean,
it is creepy, but given the scenario, given the scenario, I think the Fish could, you know, if I were single and, you know, the hot enough and the weirdest scenario where I'm, you know, a lot of girls would, you smoke cigars, because the Fish's girl does not like cigars.
Yeah.
And, but I'm just giving a scenario. Maybe you're in Vegas, living it up, all our compadre out there style. Mind you, he's like gonna be 60. And, I had a cigar going, and so-called hotter than Monica Lewinsky was hitting on the Fish like, oh, you like cigars? I like cigars too. Start that up.
Sure she wasn't a...
Light that up.
Sure she wasn't a working girl?
Well, however.
Because I gotta tell you, that happens.
And then, you know, it just like, you know, before I light it up, you know, go down.
Apparently, it was a Gurkha cigar.
I was going to say Gurkha Ghost.
In fact, it was a Grand Reserve Gurkha.
Oh, I've seen those. That's a little too rich for the Fish's blood. We're talking like $21 retail.
Well, come on. If you're going to shove it up somebody like that,
overrated cigar.
Well, still, you should at least spend $20 on something like that.
This is a $10.99 cigar right here. The corn smoking.
Well, no,
the Fish is smoking.
I'm just saying from you know, a standpoint of if you're going to engage in that sort of activity, you know, don't go cheap. You don't stick a Swisher sweet up some girl's privates. Come on.
I wouldn't smoke that. Yeah, I don't like Swisher sweets.
But you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's all pimp hand style if you do a fucking Swisher sweet. Yeah, you have your chalice in your left hand and you fucking do it.
I guess that explains why Bill Clinton, why the Clintons have such an easy time with black voters, then, huh?
Oh goodness.
They like the pimp hand.
Jeez. All right, Masters Week. I mean, who's gonna win this? We don't know. Our bets are going with Bubba Watson. Yeah, he's a two-time winner, but you know, for those of you out there who are going to be watching the Masters, we're going to be covering it here on the
You know,
Fish and Court Show.
There's nothing more frustrating than watching golf.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's, you know, when I actually get into it, I kind of envy the fact that these guys, you know, have their game to that extent. Because I'm a terrible player. And at the same time, it's like frustrating because it's just boring.
I can actually watch it. It's one of those things where the fish will do yoga at the same time.
Oh, well, yeah, it's like when I watch, what do you call it, you know, The View or bullshit talk shows like that.
You don't have to see every stroke.
Yeah,
you don't have to watch every player, but when it's like
just listening for the, you know, the cheering. Kind
or
of
you hear Ricky Fowler's. Then you look. I mean, you watch your players, you know,
yeah,
and see how they're coming in.
It's like automobile racing on TV.
You don't have to watch every lap.
Yeah, you don't have to watch every lap.
You watch the pit changes sometimes because there's a lot of fucking structure in that.
It all depends what kind of racing you're into too.
I only watch Formula.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But the fish
I'll
does
watch the GT stuff. I'll watch the Formula stuff. I'll watch rally stuff. I'm not into NASCAR. That's just
no. The fish is going to go do his annual. Speaking of racing. Indy from Long Beach, so I'll be doing an episode, our first episode there. Corn won't be with us since he doesn't like loud noises and tons of people, except the race course. What's funny is that the fish, the Corn likes to go to the race course. There are moments, but we know the back entrances. We go to stretch run, and we turn left as opposed to turning right. You get your gauges by the popcorn. In the paddock right there.
Yep.
And sometimes you gotta fucking.
I mean, sometimes you just gotta nut up and get in that crowd and work through it. But there are ways to go to the racetrack without being mired in people. It's just not necessary.
God, I think the feds are outside. You're hearing that all from Augusta, Georgia.
The feds are outside.
What uniform would the feds be wearing if they did come through? Are they the balaclava kind of shit?
Well, it depends what kind of warrant they're serving.
Oh, jeez. They're wearing those those.
A couple of times I've shown up with warrants for like, well, they didn't show up with a warrant, but when the FCC had come out here with the pirate stuff, they were just in regular business attire. They weren't, you know, decked out in anything. They didn't even come off as law enforcement types.
They just came off.
Yeah, they just came off. Dude, I shined those guys on for a year and a half.
No, I mean they just gotta, you know, you just can't
play
come
dumb.
across. Yeah, you play dumb.
I don't know what you're talking about. Go away.
So it's it's rainy in here in Augusta.
Rainy in Augusta. The rain surprised me, to be honest.
Good cigar here on the show.
I wasn't expecting it to rain today.
Yeah, I know.
I came out.
It's not going to stop until Tuesday, Wednesday.
That's just crazy. I mean, we need it, but still.
Oh man, what to do? What to do?
I'll tell you what to do.
That's another thing. I went online and I was just perusing, looking at videos of that Remington 700 corn. The SPC, they have this like, a lot of people are choosing that small, longer one, but if you're gonna do, and I have a couple of friends that know about this particular rifle and round. If you're gonna do any bench testing or just bench shooting, go with the longer barrel all ways, because it rains higher.
You know, for my money, it's just that the Remington 700 has that accidental discharge problem.
Well, they revised that.
Again, to me that's just like, it's the same reason I'll never buy a Mossberg shotgun again. You know, the couple of Mossberg shotguns I've had
were good.
They were nice little pieces of equipment, but you know, they would have occasional cycling problems when racking a shell. You know, and a pump gun, that's fine, you know, but it still throws off your game. And if you ever actually need to shoot somebody, the last thing you need is a feeding problem. You know, I expect a thing like that to work flawlessly. I don't want any failures. And the feeding problems with the Mossbergs just killed the brand for me. Just like the trigger problems with the Remington have killed the brand for me. They can come back and do all sorts of stuff for it, but the fact that they didn't do it for such a long time tells me something about how they make stuff.
Or change up.
Yeah, and what they care about.
Yeah, because some guys in the back
if that were my product,
it.
if that were my thing,
you'd fix it.
I'd address the problem right away, because that's just bullshit.
Because those factory workers in the back who make this shit say, "Wow, we're making more pieces of shit."
Right.
Because they feel that way.
It's like anybody that worked for GM during the Chevette days. I don't know if you ever drove a Chevette or
rode a
Chevette. Well, my parents had like a 1978 one. And
I've been in a Chevette for years.
Something like that. It was a horrible car. It was a piece of junk, and they bought that thing brand new.
Well, that was a time in quality and sciences
that's my point.
And shit.
If you're putting out brand new product that is failing, then there's something wrong with your company.
No, what was that GM car, the station one, that big, huge, funkin' one that all the families had? I've been in a couple of them. Station wagon. The one on the one that was on the Brady Bunch and shit like that. Real big,
Well, all the manufacturers made it.
What was it called though?
There was the Buick Roadmaster.
Okay, that's what I'm looking for.
Roadmaster. That was a big one. There was also the Capri Classic.
Oh, the Capri, they still have that.
Yeah, but not in the station wagon version of it.
But they still have a name.
Yeah, nameplates stay around for a long time, but it doesn't mean that the underlying product is still the same.
As a suggestion for the show and to the manufacturers out there, I think they should bring back the name Pinto. But it's actually a high-end 190K fucking Pinto.
No. Make it the high-end performance.
That's what I'm talking about.
Boxster type Spider that competes with the Tesla Spider. I saw one of those the other day, zipping up behind me on the 5 coming back from La Jolla the other day.
Which one?
The Tesla Spider, the original Roadster thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually a pretty neat little car.
Yeah, not only that, but that thing's like, I see those, you see the sedan more. It's tiny.
It's tiny. It's like, I thought it was a Lotus Elise first.
Yeah.
But, when I got a closer look at it, it's a sweet little ride. And the fact that it's all electric makes it all that much cooler. But,
we're at the 12-minute mark, so...
that's enough of that.
So, we'll be right back to you from Atlanta, Georgia. From the Masters, Augusta National.